Welcome back to the weekly news Roundup. This is the business and the Sillyville editions. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you'd like to catch the show live. Well, let's go ahead and get jumping right on in. Of course, the big news of the week is that Musk joins the Twitter board after a buy-in. It only cost him like $11 billion. But hey, for $11 billion, you can sit on any board. There's some questions about what's going to go on here. I think that like Musk joining the Twitter board is probably a positive thing. I mean, Twitter's already a dumpster fire. The addition of Elon Musk can only make things get more interesting. And hopefully, since he is kind of like, you guys need to stop like censoring people, like, 1984's type level stuff. And so maybe we'll actually start to see some very sensible policies that maybe are non-biased, because Twitter's like horribly biased. Like, you're a conservative, you're like, hey, I like dating females. Ban that! But you can have hardcore pornography on it. It doesn't make any sense. But he does a big old buyout. He gets like 9.2% of the company, which awards him a seat on the board. And hopefully he can start moving it in positive directions. We'll kind of see, but verdict's out. So if you didn't hear that already, you must be living under a rock. If you haven't heard that, you definitely won't hear any of the rest of these ones. I had to dig for some of these. Well, the Audi infotainment system informs owners of unpaid options. There are literally buttons on Audis that if you push them, you get a notice on your infotainment center saying, hey, you haven't paid for the use of this button. Like, this is how bad we're getting. Guys, we need to push back. When we go into a dealership to buy a car, if it has any of these buttons that requires regular payments, say, no, thank you. Like, well, this is a great, we'll give you, no. You're going to give me 100% use of everything this car has built into it, period, for life. And when I transfer the vehicle to somebody else, because I don't know if any of these guys realize this, but used cars are a thing, used cars I'm not buying a new car. Screw you. Nor am I buying a used electric car. Screw you even more. But this whole idea that I'm going to go down the road in 10 years, I'm going to buy an Audi and have to contact Audi and give them a payment option and enable the ability to use a button. I think this particular button they're talking about syncs the airflow, like so that, maybe the car heats up in a uniform fashion. You need to pay for that. You may as well be like, you need to pay to turn on your heater, you pleb. Really? So this is the software as a service model for cars. They're moving in this stupid direction. And let's see. So car owner recently posted a video showing that this philosophy could be bleeding over the automotive industry. Well, where have you been? I've been reporting on this for a couple of years now. On the mildly infuriating subreddit, the user posted a video showing at least one button on the dash of his Audi Q4 e-tron does not work because he has not paid for it. The control in question is labeled sync, and it is tied to the air conditioning system. It is used to toggle Audi's tri-zone climate control. And instead of simply not working, the button spits out a message on the infotainment screen saying the function has not been purchased. Look at this. This function has not been purchased. Here you go. Hey, let's sync. Click. Oh, you have not purchased this option. If I saw something like this, guys, you take the car right back and you take it back. You say, no, you have programmed into this thing crap that doesn't work without you getting regular payments. Screw you. Shove your car up your rear end. I'm going to go buy a Dodge Durango from 1996 where I can rebuild the stupid thing. And so this is happening more and more. Of course, we talked about, I forget, was it a Honda or something that had heated seats that you couldn't use without paying the subscription model and all sorts of things. But we as consumers, stop buying cars that have subscription models, people. When you're in the dealership, if the car has a subscription model, turn around and leave. It'd be like, I don't put subscriptions on my car. You're selling me the full functioning car, or you're selling me nothing at all, you moron. And you need to walk. Walk. There is nothing that justifies you having to pay money for the function that your car has built into it, and the software says, no, 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 no. And this is why we need right to repair. This is why we need to be able to change the operating system on our cars. When are we going to have the automotive version of Arch Linux? That'll be fun. It'll be just about as safe as this self-driving nonsense, too, I promise you. At least we'll be able to see the evil code that's embedded in before Vicky takes them all over and kills us. But on to, this is not our feature story yet. Another issue with the electric cars, of course, we got to have electric cars, right? They require so much stuff. Well, right now, the National Highway Transportation Safety Authority is investigating LG's batteries. If you remember, the Bolt had all of these batteries recalled. They tended to catch on fire. Oops. Well, it turns out that several different car manufacturers are using the same LG batteries, which all seem to have similar problems. And now they have like 4 or 5 different cars are being recalled all over LG's batteries. So apparently there was a problem in LG's manufacturing that affected a lot of these electric cars. Meaning all these cars are going to have to come in, and then we'll have to figure out, and we may or may not even be able to fix these batteries. And then, hey, more e-waste. Isn't that interesting? And so with this, just keep in mind that electric cars are not green. They take massive amounts of rare earth minerals that need to be strip mined out of the ground. They are not easily repairable. They're not cost effective. And by the way, the power that you need to put into them to charge them. I mean, I know when they go vroom, vroom, vroom down the road, they're like, ooh, there's no pollution at all. Yeah, the pollution is 100 miles away, NIMBYist, in your little power plant that's probably using coal or something else. So these electric cars are not what they're cracked up. They're not all amazingly green. I promise you guys. I promise you, anybody. Challenge you. I have a smaller energy footprint than you do. Trust me. Even with my gas guzzling van that somehow gets better gas mileage than many of your trucks out there. Very interesting. But yeah, the highway safety is indeed investigating LG over tons of battery problems. And on to our feature article. Google Play Crackdown has begun. This basically means that no apps are going to be able to have in-app purchases without going directly through Google Play. So if you liked the fact that you're Android, you could go onto the Amazon app and buy a Kindle book. You can't do that anymore. I think you probably still can if you use a web browser. You shouldn't be using the Amazon app anyway. But Amazon and Barnes & Noble pulled digital purchases. You can still buy physical products. You just can't buy anything digital. Basically, Google is reverting back to Apple. You know, like all these things that the Epic case was about. Google's like, this seems like a good idea. Let's go ahead and do this now. And so now everybody, unless you're a special multi-billion-dollar corporation that works a backdoor deal with Google, like Spotify did, you will be forced to feed Google Pay in order to sell apps on the store. Yet another reason to use something like F-Droid and avoid the Google Play Store altogether. And Google Play services and all that kind of stuff. Phones work great without Google on there, by the way. The battery life is really good. I don't think I charge my phone but once every 3 days at this point. I don't know. But anyway, March 31st was the deadline, and now you just can't purchase things without using Google Pay. Anyway, that's exciting. Well, if you'd like to help support the channel without Google Pay, you can use our Linode link, tlm.li/Linode. That gets you $100 in credit. You can spin up as many Linodes as you would like for 60 days. See the entire limit of what you can do with that. And you can do hosting, servers, just all sorts of fun stuff on it. Anyway, have a look over there at Linode, tlm.li/Linode. Now, guys, let's go to Sillyville. First up in Sillyville, Wordle has hit the world. It's taken the world by storm. The guy actually invented it because he was going stir crazy after being forced into his house by the Gestapo-like government. But he created this brand new game that ended up selling, of course, to, New York Times, I guess. But then it spawned out like dozens and dozens of of copycats, which of course the New York Times is now systematically suing all of them. Well, there is a new one from, I can't pronounce this, like HTRAE, I don't even know it, aka Bizarro World. There you go. So this is a new version of Wordle. Instead of having 6 tries to guess the word, Antiwordle gives you unlimited attempts to not guess the word. Okay. Do you people really spend your time on these things? Why? Like, start a business or something. Do something productive with your day. I don't know. I guess if you're doing it with friends, maybe it has some degree of fellowship or friendship building or something. But I don't know. I just can't get around the idea of playing some puzzle word game on my phone. It just doesn't sound like a fun thing to me. I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comments down there, but whatever. Well, Meta is reportedly making Zuck Bucks. All right, guys, let's get me some Zuck Bucks. This is creepy. This is like, wow, creepy. Holy creepy. And so they may have given up on their cryptocurrencies. They are still exploring finance products, according to the paywalled Financial Times. Parent company of Facebook and Instagram reportedly has a few irons in the fire, including virtual currency. Employees have apparently taken a call the Zuck Bucks. Zuck Bucks, seemingly named for the founder, Zuckerberg. You don't say! Grade A reporting from The Verge. Unlikely to be cryptocurrency. Instead, Meta is leaning towards introducing in-app tokens that would be centrally controlled by the company, similar to those used in gaming apps such as the Robux currency and Roblox. According to the FT, Roblox has a huge business selling Robux, and Meta could try to emulate some of that success. And so if you're paying real money to buy Zuck Bucks, you need a checkup from the neck up. Okay, just telling you now. All right. So Meta hasn't totally distanced itself from the blockchain products. The company is also looking into posting and sharing NFTs on Facebook. The FT says the company plans to launch a pilot for doing that in mid-May. That sounds exciting. So the social tokens or reputation tokens could be issued as rewards for meaningful contributions to Facebook groups. Okay, so this is meaningful. You went ahead and posted the state-approved propaganda. This is meaningful. You get some Zuck Bucks. But you guys, you posted misinformation that we have overwhelming abundance of physical evidence of, but it's contrary to the powers that be's official narrative, so you lose Zuck Bucks. How dare you push physical evidence as real life truth. Truth is in the eye of the big tech oligarch. Period. And don't forget it. And you will get paid in Zuck Bucks for pushing our propaganda to the world. That's right. As far as what this stuff really does, quote, we have no updates to share today. And we have no updates to share today, pleb. But you will soon be under the control of the Zuck Buck. Continues to consider new product innovations for people, businesses, and creators. As a company, we are focused on building for themselves a metaverse, and that includes what payments and financial services might look like. Great, we get Zuck Bucks to buy a fake dress in the metaverse. Please tell me you're not putting real money into this, folks. Yeah. All right. Netflix has added a short movie category. I know we try and keep this channel family friendly. This is just like, this is more justification for why you should cancel your Netflix subscription. Okay. You have kids, you have Netflix. This is now one of the official categories you will have when you go on to Netflix. This is any movie that is shorter than 90 minutes. How professional. Look at this. Here's a short blanky blank movie list. Oh, Peter Rabbit 2, just like heaven. Okay, I'm pretty sure Texas Chainsaw 3D Anaconda, Countdown. Oh, no, those are scary. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not sure any of these movies necessarily are like critical for society or something. Maybe we can just kill the genre. I don't know. But anyway, if you love short bleepy bleep movies, then you can use your Netflix account and further pollute your children's minds. There you go, guys. That's a way to go, Netflix. Way to make me want to buy your service. That's right. And Windows 11 has a brand new security feature. The problem is it requires you to wipe your system and install it clean. It's this amazing thing. Look at this. Put on your tinfoil hat for a moment. It is an AI-based malware blocker with no whitelist. So you can't say, hey, this application is safe. No. It is AI-based. Now, what does it use? Well, it uses untrusted programs. What's an untrusted program, you might ask? Well, an untrusted program is anything that is unsigned, unfamiliar, or known to be malicious. So this fun unsigned, unfamiliar means anything you download from the internet that hasn't paid Microsoft and given them a security key or whatever else. Basically the thing that we've been warning about for a long time, that Microsoft is trying to go with a closed garden. And basically, you don't have the ability to do anything but what is in the Microsoft store of approved software. You want Photoshop? That's fine. Photoshop plays nice with Microsoft. You want GIMP? No. Use Photoshop. Just pay them a subscription service of several $100 a month to use that. This is a trusted app. That GIMP. I don't know what that GIMP is doing. That's part of that HAAS software. That HAAS software is probably dangerous. It's open source, so everybody knows where all the bugs and viruses are, and it's dangerous for your system. Trust our source code that's hidden. Yeah. So unsigned and unfamiliar things. Now, the good thing about the smart app controls, you have to wipe your system to install it. So I don't think you're doing that anytime soon. Of course, they'll probably get that one fixed down the road. And then they're going to push this crap on you. You're like, excuse me, I see you're running LibreOffice. That's an untrusted, unverified application. We're going to go ahead and block that for you. Go ahead and purchase your subscription to Microsoft Word instead. Thank you. Appreciate it. Would you like to see another ad for it in your start menu? How about in your file menu? We'll go ahead and tell you to use Microsoft Office down here. Well, we actively block LibreOffice because we're Microsoft and you will control the computer the way we will control your computer. That is what Microsoft is up to. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this trip to Sillyville. You can help support the channel over on Subscribestar. Subscribestar.com/switched-to-Linux if you'd like to jump on and help support over there. With that, thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you next time.
Thank you for watching this video from Switched-to-Linux. This channel would not be possible without the backing of the program supporters scrolling on the screen now. You can be a supporter at Patreon at patreon.com/TOMM or at thinklifemedia.com. I also want to thank the open source community who creates such excellent software that makes producing this show possible. Please remember to support your software communities. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.